So, this video I wanted to speak a bit about this whole reincarnation memories thing that used to be a thing some while ago until they found that most of them are fake, are not real for various reasons. But let's talk about this for mostly of the ones that do actually contain information that basically you had to have them from someone that actually well, let's put it that those information were very hard to get by for a regular person. And to put it in perspective, generally those cases of past life memories are split into two categories. Category is one, the person already is a believer of a religion that worships demons, like Hinduism and Buddhism, and to some extent Islam, because Allah is a demon. And the other part is people that have suffered before some sort of trauma. Now, in both cases, the whole thing generally has a few common things. Like, first of all, it starts with dreams. A person has very realistic dreams about stuff that supposedly is there from their previous lives, and they keep repeating themselves. Now, as a Christian, I know that word is a bit hated by a lot of people. I know that dreams come from three sources. One, random stuff from memory, basically the brain, based on what you did that day or the last days or what you're very concerned about, generates random images and stuff like that. Second, from demons. And third, which is extremely rare, from God. So, to put it simple, most of the dreams that can have some sort of meaning generally come from demons, and they should be ignored, just like the ones that just come from your memory. So it all comes from dreams at first, and we know that demons can basically talk to humans, communicate with humans, show them images, basically create all kinds of mental illusions to make them especially when they are in a weak state, like in meditation, drug state, or in sleeping state. They can communicate more easily with, and more can convince the person more easily that the dream they had is somehow real. So basically this is how it starts. And another thing that is very common, it's that it generally builds up as the person gets in contact with various things, and depending on what it comes in contact with, it's going to go in one direction or another. For instance, in the case of a little girl, she went to a Egyptian museum, so she thought that is Egyptian. Now, generally when we remember dreams, they are very vague, and a lot of times fake memories are created based on those dreams, and we think we dreamed something, but in fact we just added some info. And this happens also to stuff that we see and we don't see very well. when we think about it and try to guess what to remember better what we saw, a lot of times things that didn't actually happen are remembered. Is the syndrome of fake memory. But regardless, this is the part where the memory is reinforced, and basically it goes one direction. And the last part, and this is something that I think all stories of past memories have in common. When a spirit, some sort of spirit, enters in contact pretending to be X and Y and starts telling them what their life used to be, generally having times when actually taking full control of their bodies. So it's a clear case of demonic possession. And they all, for some reason, hate Christianity. Basically, all of these cases, in all of those reincarnation memories phases, you don't have one case of someone that was a poor person or a very unimportant thing, like a beggar or a common person. You could say that there are some cases here and there, but generally all of them are very important person. Priestess in a temple, a leader, someone very important. So it poses the question, only important people get reincarnated? Or only important people remember their past lives? Another problem very common is that although there are a lot of information that is correct, there's also a lot of information that is so wrong. And a lot of people that are for this reincarnation media generally ignore that. Like, you have cases where people say, oh, I'm the reincarnation X and Y, but X and Y lived in the same period. Or one of them died after the person that says is the reincarnation was born. So again, overlap. And you have a lot of inconsistencies that show that basically is not the same person. And again, while the information provided sometimes is very useful, the effect on the life of the person that remembers those memories or the people around it are extremely negative. People experience demonic hauntings, some commit suicide. Basically, their life goes from bad to worse. Generally, the person in cause doesn't observe that because they are high on their revelation that they have been reincarnated, but the people personalized suffer quite a lot because of that. So yeah, and also all of these spirits are totally against Christianity in some way or another, which is again is very interesting. So in a word, basically no Christian gets reincarnated, which again is very interesting. Yeah. So that's my 2 cents on this whole reincarnation memories thing. It's a very short video this time because there's not much to say, because as I said, they are just information sent by demons, and they try to basically convince the person to accept them as their host, and then inflict damage on their loved ones and so on, and everyone around them, both directly and indirectly, by spreading all kinds of ideologies and religion that worships them, of course, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's also, of course, there are the cases of those that basically maybe they read or saw something and then imagine a lot of things that happen to be correct. Like maybe they saw a documentary and they or maybe the parents in some cases, or some relative convinced them of this. So it's more case to case, but in the cases of people that actually remember very precise stuff that wasn't known previously, there were no ways for them to logically know that, is generally demonic possession. And yeah, so no soul reincarnated, sorry, Hindus and Buddhists, is just demonic possession. Okay, have a nice day and bye.